Um, I was ecstatic, I was excited, and I knew because the decision I made to get weight loss surgery has given me this opportunity and this new lease on life. So I'm really excited about that. The rest of my body, my blood pressure, my everything is great. In fact, I have a text from my doctor who sent me a response after my blood test only 3 months ago, and the results were, Ronnie, I've never seen your bloods at such a great level. Before the operation, there were a lot of challenges for myself as a 57-year-old Māori boy. Walking, heavy breathing, just getting to the supermarket or up a hill. I thought I was fit, I thought I was okay, but I wasn't. And I used to envy a lot of fathers when I would go to schools or places in their sports days, and all the fathers joined into the events. And I was one of those ones that thought I would like to be like that, but it was impossible. So I used my humour to hide away the fact that I was a very unhappy lad. So I needed to address this. And for most of us men, it's a hard thing to do, is to so one of the biggest struggles, and also can be embarrassing, is when you're sound asleep or going to bed with your beautiful partner, and then you have to plug your face up to a vacuum cleaner, or as we know it in the big world, a CPAP machine, just to breathe and to keep you sleeping through the night. And that was really hard. And I didn't want to walk around, as my kids and grandkids call it, that G-pop has got a big elephant's nose, which was the big hose that plugged up to a machine. But after the operation, I no longer need that. Great thing about the weight loss centre that I went to, they walk you through all the steps at St George's Hospital that where I went to, and it was a very, very comforting place, and the welcome was absolutely incredible. I think I was one of five on the particular day that the operation was underway, and I saw a few fatties like me. We shook hands and said hello. So the operation was actually really easy in terms of the process, how they got me gowned and kitted up, and it was the recovery was actually quite easy for me, to be honest. I was back in the room, relaxing, and then up walking probably about 2 or 3 hours after I felt okay. The recovery time for me was actually quite quick. I was back at work in 2 weeks, but in the first week, I was actually working from home on my computer and felt very comfortable with really no issues. As the months went by and the weight loss was dropping dramatically, there was so much change going on within myself. I still thought in my head I was a big guy, but the volume of weight that was falling off was overwhelming. It was exciting, but I didn't know if I can really keep up with the journey. It was happening quicker than I could keep up. I went down from 5XL clothes down to what my wife and I call little Batman undies, which were just like a small to a medium, which was unbelievable. I think the last time I was at that sort of size, I would have been a child. Um, it was a surprise for a lot of my friends, and I didn't hide the fact that I had weight loss surgery. And a lot of people often try to do that, but it's almost impossible because the weight loss is dramatic and it happens so quick. So I was honest and just talked to them and said that this is a journey that I've done. And a lot of people think, well, that's the quick way out. There's no quick way out. This is not as easy as what people think, because it's life changing, and you have to make some decisions to change the things that you do, some of your habits, which could be drinking alcohol too much, or also overloading your stomach when it's small with food. I also made some goals and challenges as I started losing the weight. I used to have this saying to a lot of people, I can't run, I don't like running, it's boring. The reason why I didn't like running, because I was a big boy and I couldn't run, and I was limited and I wanted to run. So as I lost this weight, I made some goals. And one of my biggest goals was to do a half marathon. And I thought to myself, yeah, right, that's going to be a challenge. But I succeeded, and I managed to do that with holding hands with my three grandkids, crossing the finishing line after doing a half marathon. Being able to have fun with the grandkids and running around a park with them and doing things that I would normally sit on a park bench and watch and smile and wave from a distance. I've taken up running. I do 3 to 4 Ks a week, and I do a variety of hikes, mountain biking. I've managed to do these things with my older sons as well, which has been really exciting. My son and I finished a 8.4 kilometer run. He said I motivated him. It was actually the other way around. He motivated me. I would say to all those men out there in particular, if you're really struggling on the weight front, to reach out to someone in your area that is involved in weight loss surgery, a doctor, or go to your GP and get referred to. Look online and have a discussion, because I was like you. I was scared. I thought I couldn't drink. I thought I couldn't eat. I was using my humor to hide the pain that I was living in. And it's hard. And in particular, in my culture, us Māoris and Pacific people, we don't talk about our weight. We're too, what we call whakamā. We're too shy about this, or we brush it over and she'll be right, mate attitude. But I was on a road, I believe, to disaster, because my heart wasn't good. My blood pressures were through the roof. And can I just say, for all my Māori friends out there, my cousins, all you beautiful people in our whānau, from the north to the South Island, and one thing about us is that we always like to brush things over. We love our kai, we love our butter, we love our bread, and we love our beer. But most of all, guess who loves us the most is our whānau, our family, our wahine, our rangatahi, our mokos. And I encourage you guys also to maybe consider this, because we need a lot more of us to be around and staying alive. And like myself, prior to my surgery, I looked around and I saw a lot of our big fellas, our big brothers, struggling in kapahaka, and I was one of them, sweating profusely, wanting to get out there and play league, and using the big strength of the body to make themselves feel really strong. But deep down inside, I think you would feel just like I did.